Okay, we're back, we're live. This is ThinkTech Asia, but it's actually also life in the law because everybody at the table is, again, as so often the case, a lawyer, okay?
Yes.
I'm gonna go down the table. At my left is Heidi Tang. She's founding partner at Jiangsu Yiyu Qianyun law firm in
In Suzhou?
East Suzhou.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's very nice to be here, and aloha, everyone.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
See if you can do that, Roger Epstein,
Okay.
senior
Okay.
partner of Kate Shuddy.
Ni hao.
Very
Nice
good
to be
Chinese.
here. Very good
Yeah,
Chinese.
very
Yes.
All right, and Sara Zhang, she's visiting, and she's with that firm, but
Yeah,
she's a visiting attorney at Kate Shuddy. You're the one who brings it all together, Sarah.
yeah, that's true. I'm the connection point,
Connecting, okay. All right, so what are we doing here, Roger? Why don't you explain why we're here?
Okay. The Hawaii State Bar Association has had an ongoing connection with several cities in northern China for about 7 or 8 years now. We started with Shanghai, and then about 3 years ago, we were introduced to the Bar Association in Suzhou. We had a group of about 4 or 5 attorneys, including Larry Foster, the former dean of the UH Law School, and Mark Shklov and myself, and an immigration lawyer. And we went to Suzhou, and we did a talk up there to the Bar Association, and we met Ms. Heidi Tang, who is the deputy chairman of the Suzhou Bar Association. Suzhou is a small city in China of 13 million people. And it's
Could be worse. Chongqing. It's 30 million. you
Yes,
know,
30 million,
30 million,
yes.
yeah, so small city.
Yeah,
you know.
so still small city or middle city.
Middle city,
Yeah,
okay.
middle-sized city.
So Suzhou is about a half hour north and west by train of Shanghai. And as I said, Heidi is the deputy chairman of the Suzhou Bar Association. She's the representative of the Suzhou Bar to the government in Suzhou. And she's also the founder of a 50-person law firm there.
Is that a big law firm?
In Suzhou, actually, it is a big law firm. Yeah.
Okay.
But in China, we have a lot of big law firms. Some law firms around 1,000 lawyers.
It sounds like Wall Street.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
some are getting big. I think there's some in Beijing now, that founded in Beijing that have over 3,000 lawyers in
Yes,
China
yes.
now. But we found a really good connection there, and we began to get to know them. And just last May, the Hawaii State Bar Association signed an agreement, a friendship agreement between the Suzhou Bar. And we expanded a program that we've been doing in Shanghai, which is to have visiting lawyers come to Hawaii for 3 months at a time. And Sara Zhang, who is a junior partner in Heidi's law firm, is our first visiting lawyer from Suzhou. So Heidi's here. Actually, she's on her way to Boston to take her 15-year-old daughter to go to school at the Worcester Academy.
Yeah.
But she stopped by to say hello and to meet a number of people here. And she is the bridge. She is our connecting piece between Hawaii and Suzhou. And there's going to be a tremendous amount of investment from Suzhou Suzhou citizens. I throw a little Chinese in here just to be impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
They
Yeah.
understand.
impressive.
Actually, Roger, I think, and me, we're together as a bridge between Hawaii and Suzhou. Now we have more connections because Sarah is here for 3 months.
Part of the bridge.
Yeah, so we have much to talk and to have conversation with Jay
Yeah.
and with other people in Hawaii.
So Heidi's here just for the week. She's met with Justice Wilson at the Hawaii Supreme Court. She
Perfect.
met with Doug Chin, the Attorney General's office.
Yes.
She met with Rick Clifton, the Hawaii judge on the Ninth Circuit Court of
From your
Appeals,
firm.
one of my former partners. And she's met a number of former Hawaii State Bar Association presidents and the head of the Hawaii State Bar International Committee. And she's really making an effort, as she does whenever we go to Suzhou, to really connect things. And we feel that this is a lot of possibilities for Hawaii, the
Yes.
lawyers and others.
Roger let me work hard. So yesterday, 4 meetings, and a beautiful party. I'm very glad to do so. So thank you, Roger.
You're very welcome.
Mm.
Tomorrow, she's convinced me to take the day off and take them all sightseeing. She has 11 people in her group.
Yes.
It didn't take that much to talk me into it.
And your daughter's with you?
Yeah.
Ah, good, perfect,
Now
perfect.
today, she went to the Big Island. So I have TV show here.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent.
Mm.
What a full agenda. But I have a question about all your things that Roger was describing.
Yeah.
Why do you do all those things?
Oh, because it's a very good question actually, and we talked about this topic with Roger. Why we do such kind of thing, and why we want to bridge between Hawaii and Suzhou. I think now China is very developing very quickly, especially my city. My city, Suzhou, actually we had a very good GDP, like top 5th among all Chinese cities, and also the fiscal of Suzhou is on the top 5. So the entrepreneurs in Suzhou and the companies in Suzhou want to invest outside and want to buy property in the United States, and of course, including Hawaii.
Hope
And
so.
yeah, and also buy shares of company in the United States. So when they want to do that, they should have very good lawyer in China, in mainland, and also they should have very good lawyer in the United States, like Roger, big lawyer.
This is part of the friendship agreement.
Yeah. So also we think it's very good. Now we do some kind of things, not only linked to our business, and we want to build the connection between the whole legal community. So why Roger arranged so many meetings for me to meet with justice and the judge and the general attorney general. I think we should build the connection between legal communities. If people understand each other more, we can do things better.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, what an answer.
So you understand, Suzhou is the 5th largest economy.
Where is it? Where is Suzhou?
Suzhou is nearby Shanghai. You know Shanghai?
The south.
Yeah, you just
No,
mentioned the
no.
story.
Suzhou is north,
North.
and Shanghai is on the coast,
Okay.
Yeah.
on the northern coast, northeastern coast of China.
Yes,
Beijing is 5 hours away by train,
yes.
so hundreds of miles. Suzhou is about 50 or 100 miles west and north of Shanghai.
And Guangzhou's to the south. Am I right
Yeah,
about
yes.
that?
Yes.
Guangzhou is
Guangzhou
south.
is right
Yes,
near
you are
Hong
right.
Kong, yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
yeah.
okay. And Suzhou is bigger than Guangzhou.
No.
No competition.
Better.
I think Guangzhou is good because Suzhou is hometown, so I think Suzhou is
Okay,
better.
got it.
Suzhou 是一个古城, very ancient city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
古老的城市. It's a very ancient city, has a history like 2,500 years, and very famous for its gardens and silk.
We should come see.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
we'll
you
come.
should come. Why
Yeah.
aren't you there? We'll do a TV show there.
So
Yeah.
why did you form a law firm? Did you get up one morning and say, I think I'll form a law firm today?
Oh, I graduated from university in 1992, and I worked with a very famous law firm in Suzhou. Maybe a different generation, so I thought differently from my boss at that time. So 3 years after, I started this law firm with the other 3 partners. At that time, we thought we should build an international law firm. So, at that time, Suzhou began to open themselves to the world. You know, SIP in Suzhou Industrial Park. Actually, it's an international project between the Chinese government and the Singapore government. So it will design.
Singapore.
Yeah,
Oh,
Singapore government.
okay.
So now it's a very
Exciting.
good model and sample for the economic development there. Yeah.
Yeah, so you've been involved in technology?
Yeah.
What's the firm's specialty, if I could ask?
Our law firm is specialized in commercial law, like merger and acquisition, IPO, real estate, and intellectual property protection, such
That's-
kind of things.
That's
Yeah.
pretty ambitious then.
Thank you.
Okay, Sarah, but
She's
now,
opening an office in Beijing, too.
Yeah.
of course,
At
isn't
the end
everybody?
of this year.
Really? So how big will the office in Beijing be?
Oh, it's just a start. Actually, it will set up at the end of this year. So for the first year, I think will be like 10 lawyers there. And after that, we will grow up.
Wow, so that makes, what, 50 plus now 10?
Yeah.
On the way to 1,000?
In the future, maybe.
You said
Roger?
300.
300, yes.
300 is and then her daughter can make it 5,000. Or
Yeah.
maybe Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah is the second generation of our law firm, I think.
Okay. When did you join the firm, Sarah?
10 years ago,
Ah,
just after I graduated from the law school.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also in Suzhou?
Yes,
Are you also a local girl in Suzhou?
actually not. Was born in Suzhou, but I came to Suzhou for university for my study 15 years ago.
Ah.
I see 16 years ago. Sorry.
So what is your specialty in the firm?
I specialized in the international transactions and M&A. You know, in the past maybe 8 years, Suzhou is open to the world, just as Heidi said. You know, many of the foreign companies, they want to invest in China. So we help them to set up the company and the daily operation about the compliance. So maybe 2 years ago, we found many Chinese local companies, they want to invest abroad. So I'm here.
Yeah, Sarah had a new task because at that time, maybe last 10 years, we provided legal service to foreign investors into China. Now we want to help Chinese companies invest outside, maybe especially in the United States. So why Sarah here?
Amazing how much has happened, huh?
Yeah, yes,
Since you established the firm in the first place.
yes,
Everything has changed,
Yeah.
everything has grown,
yeah.
yeah.
So-
And what about China? Has China changed?
Yeah, China has changed a lot. So I talk to Roger. I always feel gratitude to the world because as our generation, especially me, has experienced a lot with the Chinese grows up, you know, the economically, politically. So it's a really good age for us.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You're in a great spot.
Yeah.
It's going to get only better and better and
Yeah.
better, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, we agree.
Yeah.
Roger, do you agree?
I agree completely. I went to I've been going to Hong Kong since 1974, but my first trip to China was in 1982. And then I went again in 94, and now I've been going like every 6 months since 2011. So I got like 3 decades there looking at the changes. And
Yes.
I think the changes are at least 120 years in the 30
that
years
period.
I've been going.
Yeah,
That's
remarkable, amazing.
Yeah.
It's a miracle, the miracle of China, the miracle of the 21st century.
Yes.
Let me take a break.
Take a
Okay,
break.
we'll take a
Jane,
break,
Take
I'm
a
sorry.
break.
Thank you.
We'll come
Thank
back,
you.
there's a lot more to discuss here. This is supposed to be a 45-minute show, but I think we should make it 6 hours. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Donna Blanchard. I'm the host of Center Stage here on ThinkTech Hawaii. Center Stage airs every Wednesday at 2 o'clock, and of course you can check out our archives on YouTube or on ThinkTech Hawaii anytime you like. Why should you do that? Because this is an arts show that I believe is making a difference in lives. We talk with artists of various ilk. We talk with painters and writers, playwrights, novelists, poets, sculptors, dancers, you name it, directors, actors, of course. And we don't only talk about what people do, but we talk about how they do it. And my favorite part of the conversation, we talk about why they do it. And it's really common on this show to hear people say, wow, I didn't think about it that way. And it's very common to hear people afterwards who have seen the show say the same thing. And I hear all the time that people are inspired by the conversations that we have. So why don't you join us and be inspired too? That's Center Stage on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock. We'll see you Center Stage.
Okay, we're back, we're live, we're having such a good time. This is a great crowd. You guys have fun, don't you? Walking all around town, meeting all those people, saying hi to the Attorney General, you know.
Yeah,
That's
it's
fabulous.
interesting, yes. To
Yeah.
meet people, always interesting.
Yeah, it's all about people, yeah.
She even likes meeting you.
That is
She
so.
told me that
Absolutely.
while
Quite
we were in the
remarkable.
studio. She said, he's okay.
You are special.
Special.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sarah, you know, you're embedded in the Cage study firm.
Yeah,
They treating you okay?
great.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, great.
So are you getting a chance to actually practice international law over there?
Yeah, I have participated in some area, especially with Roger, about some projects. We want to do some, make some template for the future clients. Maybe they will want to invest in the US, especially in Hawaii. And we also worked with some other lawyers also in the US-China legal community. Yeah, I understand the history of Hawaii, the music, the kingdom, and you know, especially some,
So she has a lot of homework to do
yeah.
about
But
Hawaii.
I'm enjoy that.
Yeah.
This is Mark Schlob. You know, Mark, this is his program
I know,
for the
Mark. I know what
visiting
Mark
lawyers.
does.
Yeah.
He gets them
It's
to
very
understand
interesting, you
Hawaii.
know.
And,
So,
but actually, one of the interesting
let me
things.
ask her this question.
What about me? Okay, you ask her.
We
I'll go
all
ahead.
love you, Roger.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
What do you think of Hawaii so far?
It's a great place.
Yeah.
You know, I'm even thinking of maybe I can come here after I retire.
No, Roger think you should buy a property here, maybe in 5 years.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
buy now and we'll rent it out for you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Then I have a place to stay when I retire.
There you go. That's the
Yeah.
idea.
So if
It
I
would-
had to pick, if I asked you to pick one word to define everything you know about Hawaii that you learned about all the stuff in the newspaper and all the issues and controversies and, you know, the economy and the social safety net and all the things you see, what word would you pick?
Fantastic.
Oh,
I will choose another word,
what word?
paradise.
Okay. We'll see what you say about, you know, about Boston.
She
We'll
likes
see if
Boston
is a
too.
Yeah,
paradise.
Boston.
It's an academic paradise.
Yeah, but for the whole life, I think Hawaii is a paradise. You know, in China, we have a saying about our city, Suzhou. There is a heaven in the sky, and there is paradise on the earth, Suzhou and Hangzhou. Suzhou is one of them. So, two paradise,
Wow, wow, that is
have
saying
the
something.
connection, yeah?
That's why we're
Roger.
connected. Sure, that's
Yeah,
why you're
yeah.
connected to the paradise here.
Yeah, it's all,
Yeah.
it's all connected, it's all connected. And
Yes.
History brings us together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
So, on that note, you know, you were gonna say something, Roger. and
Well, I was going to say that it's a good time for Sarah to be here. There's a tremendous number of people investing here and also emigrating here. A lot of Chinese moving to the United States and their children are here. And we're just developing some legal models for the best way to set up your estate when you move over here. It's complicated because of the different laws in China and the United States. So Sarah is able to look at what's going on in China. We look at what's going on in the United States. We may even have to bring in some lawyers from Hong Kong to really map this out. But she's kind of,
Singapore also.
Well, we don't want to go to Singapore. It's amazing how many people have already come here and how little planning they've done. The Chinese are not as well-versed as Americans are in terms of planning out there because they don't have any estate tax. And things have grown so fast that people are busier making money than worrying about the legal issues.
Yes.
And
So what do you see Hawaii as a kind of a bridge? Maybe it's not a bridge. Maybe it's a destination place,
Yeah.
a retirement place, a place to own some real property or businesses? Or is it just a place on the way to the mainland? Where does it fit? I mean, in terms of business, in terms of personal investment, in terms of tax benefits, you know? Where does it fit? I'm really curious about this because you guys have been thinking about it, haven't you?
we have.
Oui.
I've been thinking the most because they're in China and their clients are going to be everywhere. But what I've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years is working with law firms there and talking to them about their clients about using Hawaii as kind of a gateway.
Yeah.
Hawaii has a lot of attractions for China because we're close physically, but we're also in a good time zone. So we're 6 hours away. If you're in China, when it's 9 in the morning, it's 9 at night in New York and DC. It's very hard to do business there. But we have big windows from here to New York. We have windows from here to China, and we're in the middle. So we can do things like planning all the international planning for an acquisition by one of their clients. It's easy to connect with us. We understand Asian culture a lot better than almost anyone in any other place in the United States. And if we need help with other law firms, we've arranged to, and many law firms here can arrange to have other firms on the mainland be local counsel. And the last point I always make is we're 60 or 70% of the cost of New York, San Francisco,
Isn't that true?
LA, DC firms.
You hear about these rates on the mainland are astronomical, but then you also hear about some rates in China. I mean, legal lawyer rates per hour in China.
They're closer.
They're closer to Hawaii.
They're
I know.
closer to Hawaii.
But frequently
Yeah.
more than Hawaii.
Maybe a
For
little
me, example, as a senior lawyer, I charge like 3,000 RMB per hour,
What is that in US dollars?
like 600.
500.
500
US.
500
Yeah,
US dollars,
yeah, yeah.
yes.
So that's very
I hope you're not
comparable.
going to charge us for the show.
Of course we are. We're going to send you a bill. You got 3
Jay.
lawyers here.
Yeah.
Jay. You know how we operate.
Whoa.
What the hell are you
Okay,
kidding?
I think this is time to take a break.
Wait, I want to tell you something else.
Notice how we always take a break while Roger's talking.
Why is that? I love to hear myself talk, and now you're taking
Yeah,
another
nice
break.
talking.
Thank you for stopping, Roger.
Okay.
We're going to take a short break. We have Sara Zhang, who is visiting attorney at Cade Schutte over there. We have Roger Epstein, who is a partner of Cade Schutte, and we have Heidi Tang, founding partner at Jiangsu Yiyu Qianyan.
Oh, good pronunciation.
You're getting better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. And we're going to take this break now. We'll be right back when Roger can and will continue.
All right.
Aloha, my name is Josh Green. I'm a senator from the Big Island and ER physician. Every other Tuesday, I get to host a show here on the ThinkTech program about healthcare. We call it Healthcare in Hawaii. It's really enjoyable for me to bring other healthcare leaders from around the state to talk about our pressing issues. Hawaii has long been the health state, but we need to keep up the momentum, the inertia, and with your help and with your participation, we can come and share all of the big issues that are pressing day to day. Thanks for joining us every Tuesday, alternating weeks from 2 to 2:45.
Aloha, my name is PJ and I'm the host of Hawaii Sports Update. I am very interested in local sports and that's why I host the Hawaii Sports Update show. I bring in guests from Hawaii, I bring in guests from UH, I bring in guests from the community, I bring in big names, I bring in small names, I bring in all names that are community related and doing positive things, sports related in the community. Come join me every Tuesday at 1 p.m. here on Hawaii Sports Update. You can also join me on my golf tournament, the first annual PJ Sports Radio Show golf tournament. It's going to be held at Coral Creek. For any information, go to ThinkTech, Hawaii, INC, and friend us. The PayPal and a summary of the event will be right there available for you. And don't forget to tweet us.
Hawaii. Okay, we're back, we're live, and we have Roger Epstein, who was going to say something important. And now he has agreed during the break, amazing things happen during our breaks, that he is going to convey that message in Mandarin. Thank you, Roger.
Okay, I changed my mind. I'm going to speak in English. So what's going on? Firms like Heidi's and other firms in the big cities, in Shanghai in particular, which is very close, there are a number of New York law firms and other law firms from the United States that have big offices there.
Yes.
So they do Chinese work and US work. So what's happening is they're convincing a lot of the big Chinese companies that they can only invest in the United States with the New York Council. So we're giving firms like Heidi's an opportunity to create a network in the United States where they can service their Chinese clients instead of having them gone to the New York firms, where they'll do that business and then they'll try to get some other business to justify this huge office that they have set up in China. So we're really providing, and we think many other Hawaii firms can provide an avenue for an alternative for a Chinese firm that isn't a multinational firm to continue to keep their business as these investments grow, as Heidi's talking about.
But you know, I remember you introduced me to a Chinese lawyer who was practicing in Florida.
Yeah.
Remember?
Phil Kuo.
Yeah. And then and I know there are many Chinese firms, you know, home-based in China,
Yeah.
who have offices in the U.S.
Yeah, some of them, but
Yeah.
not so many.
Not
Yeah.
so many.
Yeah.
What about your firm?
Now we didn't have plan for set branch overseas
Okay.
because
But you could have a plan later.
maybe
From
10
now.
years later.
Maybe Wall Street. Yeah.
But I think now it's better to cooperate with local law firms, especially like Rogers Law Firm, you know?
You know,
It's easier for them than
Yeah.
to set up a whole firm and
Yeah,
try to
yeah.
manage
Sure,
in another country
sure.
just to
Yes.
collaborate with us.
Sure.
And then we can think about what else they need in the United
Yes,
States,
yes.
wherever their clients are moving.
I remember, this goes back a few years, but in the origin of the Shanghai, Hawaii Legal Exchange Program, it was a fellow named Richard Shu.
Richard started it.
Yeah.
You've never met Richard.
David
He's in
Mao.
Shanghai.
Oh, yeah, I hadn't met him.
Yeah,
Yes.
sometime when you come
Remember
to
the name of the
Shanghai.
firm? It was not a name firm.
It's the
but a
Pioneer Law Firm.
Pioneer Law Firm in Shanghai.
Pioneer Law Firm.
Yeah. And one of the things, and we had a show like this. You know,
Yeah.
And one of the things that I recall was that back when, maybe before you founded your firm,
Yes.
there were European firms in China, in Shanghai. There were American firms, they were huge firms, and they controlled the work. That's one of the reasons that Richard Shu founded his firm, because he didn't want them to have control of all this international work. He
Yeah.
wanted Chinese firms, and David Mao especially, to have that connection.
Yes.
To provide the international services, to put everything together. And that would be better for the Chinese clientele.
Yeah.
That was his analysis. You remember this, Roger? And this has changed now. It's changed because so many Chinese lawyers have come to the U.S. They put their daughters in Worcester.
Yeah.
They've taken LLMs all around the country, in fact, in Europe too. And they have become, you know, Western educated
Yes.
legally. And so now they have an advantage, and now the old way is really over.
Yes.
The way of the future is the Chinese firm reaching out and doing business with a firm like Rogers
Yes,
Firm.
yes.
I think it's a little bit, the Chinese, see, they didn't have any written laws until 1983, and there really weren't any lawyers there. When Richard started, he was one of the first lawyers. The Chinese, the government sent him to Dallas for a year and Seattle for a year to learn about international law. So and then it wasn't until about 1990 that in Shanghai where things started really expanding, where they built the whole city out and they brought in international lawyers, but they still wanted to keep everything Chinese related. So it's been the last 15 years that the international lawyers have tried to make more inroads. And the Chinese lawyers are getting more sophisticated, they're expanding. Some, we said, have 3,000 lawyers. There's the first merger I'm aware of is a firm called Denton's, which has 6,000 lawyers.
Yes.
And they just connected with another law firm in Suzhou, as a matter of fact, as one of their branch offices. So we are seeing a huge spread of Chinese lawyers, but like even in the United States, there's so many law firms that would never think about opening a branch in Tokyo or Shanghai or London, because that's not who they are, and they don't have the wherewithal to do it. And so this is another option. And the thing that we're trying to do is really have a close connection. Like Heidi and I, we've known each other for 3 years now. We're developing a personal relationship where we can trust each other.
Yes.
You know, it's not just looking into Martindale Hubble for who you call.
Big difference.
Big
Yeah,
difference.
you know, I think for the professionals, the confidence and trust is very important. So I met with Roger, and we knew each other more. We have trust each other more. So it's a good connection.
Yeah.
It's good for us.
They call it guanxi.
关系, 关系.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yes.
It's beyond guanxi.
No, guanxi, that's exactly what it is.
Yes.
It's building long-term relationships.
Yes.
And it just takes time over a period of time.
And it's good for us, and also it's more important, it's good for our clients, because we are on behalf of our clients, and we should choose person, the lawyer, we have confidence or we trust, then we can have a good cooperation. Otherwise, maybe the clients will not be satisfied with. So.
Yeah, and your clients are relying on you
Yeah.
to protect them
Yeah.
in a foreign country.
Of course, yes.
So you don't want to put them together with
Yeah.
anybody who is not going to take care of them.
Yes.
So is it different to practice here on Bishop Street than in Suzhou? I mean, is your daily day, Sarah, different than it was in China, than it is in China?
I think for the daily work, it's normally the same, because as a lawyer, you need to work hard to meet the requirement from the clients. But you know, for the when I go to the court, I found it totally different.
Really,
about
how?
the hearing, about the whole process is totally different from China, because the U.S. is common law, but you know, in China we are not the same.
Yeah. Well, you think that the idea of stare decisis and precedent is going to take hold in China?
Sorry?
You think the idea of precedent, not civil law, but the American English system will become more popular in China? Is it got a foothold in China?
I think so, at least at this moment. Maybe
Yeah.
we can have some good system or good method which we can
Yes.
we
think,
import
yes,
from US,
yeah.
I think, to
We-
improve our
yes.
system.
You're right. I agree with Sarah. It's so hard to just bring one system into another country. So we can learn from this system, and we put some good part into our system. Then they can make our system, especially legal system, work better.
Right. Right.
But you know, Jay, the Chinese have chosen a civil law setup. So it's mostly by code, and of course, there's many countries in the world that do that too.
Yeah.
Europe.
All of Europe has that. So I think the Chinese were very careful in deciding. My experience is they go around the world and look and see what they want,
Yeah.
and then they set up the best practices that they think.
Enviable situation, because they come with a carta blanca, they come with the idea that they can make any choice they want to make, and then pick the best thing.
Yes.
It's not only in law, it's in everything.
It is.
It's in systems.
Yeah.
And that's how they move so fast, so quickly.
Yeah, you got to have an open mind to do that. You have to be willing
Yeah.
to accept a new idea,
Yes,
and that's a great benefit.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to continue on that track, though. So we have the jury trial, and we have our complex litigation systems,
Mm-hmm.
and we have arbitration and mediation, which we've been spending plenty of time on and trying to perfect. And there are a lot of people in this town that would like to see Hawaii become an arbitration center, a mediation arbitration center of the Pacific. That you can come here as have a safe haven
Yeah.
with an international, dispute and get it resolved right here by people who are ostensibly fair-minded and who are neutral as to, international issues. I mean, they're culturally neutral, so they're not threatening to anybody.
Yeah.
Do you think that this is a possibility? Could this happen in Hawaii? Would the Chinese enter into arbitration arrangements to have arbitration mediation happen here?
A
think
very
so.
good question, and we think so. Yesterday evening, we talked about this topic. We think Hawaii is a very good place, not only for travel, time difference, just as Roger mentioned, because the time difference is good for the United States part, for the Chinese part. So for this reason, I think it's a good place to be an arbitration center. And also, they have so many professionals here. So I think, it will be the arbitration center, and we will work on this. After meeting with the
Judge Clifton.
yeah, Judge Clifton, the appeal from the appeal court, I think we can go back to Suzhou and talk to the arbitration committee in Suzhou. Maybe they can visit here and have more thinking on this topic.
Yeah. Well, it has to get to the point where you make a business agreement, wherever the parties are, and you as one of the attorneys say to your client in China, it's okay to put in a venue provision requiring or suggesting that the situs of the arbitration would be in Honolulu.
Yeah, Sarah is preparing for such terms in the contract, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have prepared that draft template for the contracts. Maybe we can convince the clients to choose Honolulu as a venue, arbitration venue. In Chinese mind, I think actually before I came here, most of people, they all think Honolulu is only a place for vacation. They never think about it can be a business. So I think it's a good chance for us to let them know, let them realize that Honolulu is also a good place for business.
Yes.
And also for arbitration, mediation. Yeah.
People work hard here. They're serious here.
Yeah.
The lawyers are certainly serious here.
Also, I think as a city, I think it's a suggestion for Hawaii, like Hong Kong, the government always do promotion of Hong Kong. So in our mind, Hawaii has never done something like that to promote the business. Maybe just in our mind from the very young age, we know the Hawaii is a travel destination, but not for business. So this is our suggestion to Hawaii government. Maybe they can do some promotion on business.
You can help us with that. Okay, so we have roughly 3 minutes left, and I wanted to allow each of you guys to make a closing statement, final argument. And if you see that camera over there, you can look. Oh, wait, this camera.
Okay.
Okay, let's start with you, Sarah. What would you leave with the people of Hawaii and the bar, the lawyers, about your experience and this discussion? What would you want them to remember from it?
At this point, when I came here, I have been here for 1 month. I met several people, the lawyers in case Shati and the president in Hawaii State Bar Association and other lawyers in other law firms. I found that the people here, they are always very nice. They are treat me like a friend, really. Even we met for the first time.
That's great.
Yeah, so I think it's really a fantastic place here, not only for the vacation, because of the good weather, and also for business.
So you've decided to stay?
Another
Yeah.
2 months.
Yeah, sure.
We offered her a
Roger,
job,
take a
but
minute.
Heidi said, if we give her a job, she'll never talk to us.
It's a problem, it's a problem.
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
problem.
Roger, your turn.
Okay, my turn, yeah.
That camera, same
Okay,
camera.
okay. So my thinking is, this is a niche for Hawaii in the legal profession to connect with China, Suzhou in particular we're talking about today, but other places. And it's a perfect area for that. And I feel as a senior lawyer, more than that, as we develop these kind of relationships amongst lawyers, we're developing an important connection between the two countries.
Yes.
We're not operating at a political level, we're operating at a business level, we're collaborating on things. It's really a way to spread aloha, honestly, with China, because we are a place where people work this way. And I think it's a tremendous opportunity for Hawaii and also for China and cities like Suzhou that really makes sense for us to be more connected.
It's about people, isn't it? It's
about
about people. You
Yeah,
said that. You
yeah,
said
of
that.
course, about the people, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, take your whack at it, Heidi.
Okay, so finally saying, I want to say, I want to be a bridge like Roger between Suzhou and Hawaii. And as vice chairman of the Suzhou Bar Association, my responsibility is to bring two legal community together and to bring people together. As the two paradise, we will have a more happy life. Do you agree, Jay?
Yes! So I'm changing the name of the show to The Two Paradises.
Well, if we
Thank
get
you,
somebody
yeah.
from Hangzhou here, we're gonna have to make it the three paradises.
Well,
But
we
they're
can
out now,
entertain
for the
thought
moment,
of
they're
three
out now.
Yeah.
Okay, at my far left, Sara Zhang, visiting attorney with Cade Shetty right now here on Bishop Street. And to my immediate left, Heidi Tang,
Yeah.
founding partner at Jiangsu Yiyu Tianyan.
Yeah, good.
Okay, close.
Better.
Yeah, and I'm learning, you're learning, we're all learning. And Roger Epstein, who learns from everyone. So Roger, thank you very much.
Thank you, Jay.
Heidi,
Such a
thank you
pleasure.
very
Yes, thank
much.
you, Jay.
Thank
Sarah,
you.
thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
And Xie Xie and Sai Jian.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
谢谢。